What do you need to see in Venice? Well, obviously the big attractions, but I'm going to share 10 ideas and secret gems that will turn a day in Venice into something really special. Some local spots, some missing things, some strange good luck, and some special photo ops, just to name a few. I'm Helen and I'm drying my slippers. As well, I bought a van so I could travel Europe and I'm going on all kinds of adventures. First tip, stay at this camper place at San Giuliano for €18 and get a return ticket to Venice by boat for €10. They run hourly till late. How cheap is that? It's also the perfect way to see the locals using the canals in their daily lives. Number 2, because you land at a local ferry wharf instead of a touristy one, you can explore the quieter real-life backstreets where the real Venetians live. And you can shop the local shops with the local prices. Like this wine shop where you bring in empty water bottles and get them filled with wine. I met some of the locals and I found a second-hand store with something I never thought I'd find. Mink coat. €350. €350.
Yeah, 350. It's
Wow.
good price, yes.
It's too big. Want to get lucky? These locals are touching these hooks of fortune to bring good luck, but they have a dark history. When criminals were hung, drawn and quartered, the quarters were hung on these hooks to discourage other criminal behaviour. Didn't work for me though. None of my audio worked on this trip, so you're getting lots of voiceover for this video. Need a drink after that last gruesome story? There are fountains like this all around Venice with fresh drinkable water, so hydrate and fill your water bottles if they aren't already full of wine. Speaking of water, the San Zaccaria Church behind me also has a kind of cool water feature. There's been a church here since the 9th century, but this new one was built in the 15th century. It was a main pilgrimage destination because it had a lot of relics, including part of the real cross, but that got destroyed in a fire. There are stunning paintings by very famous artists and remains of the previous church, but my interest lays in the crypt. If you take the stairs down into the crypt, it's actually flooded with water from the canals. It creates a mirror effect, reflecting the whole crypt in the floodwaters. Libreria Acqua Alta doesn't have problems with flooding though. It keeps the books in boats and bathtubs, so if the waters come in, they just float. Why? Because they lost all their stock in previous floods, but cleverly used the damaged stock to create this now favourite Instagram spot, which was drawing in more and more crowds. It was bonkers trying to get a photo here. Speaking of photos, I have the best spot to shoot the Bridge of Sighs. Make your way to the canal end of St Mark's Square, where the gondolas are. Turn around to see the side of the Doge's Palace. This bridge is where everyone takes their photo of the Bridge of Sighs, but if you stay at water level and sneak around behind the bridge, you can get this shot. You won't have to wait very long for a gondola to come by to complete the perfect shot. The Bridge of Sighs leads from the Doge's Palace to the prison. It's said that as prisoners crossed over this bridge, they would glimpse their last sight of their beloved Venice and let out a melancholy sigh. Do you notice anything missing from this scene? It's actually a third column. It should be standing right about here, next to the one with the winged lion, the symbol of St Mark, and the one with St Theodore standing over a crocodile. Don't ask me why that is. The columns arrived in Venice in the late 1100s, but it turns out the third one fell off the boat. This used to be the site of public executions, and gambling used to be allowed between these two columns. Just down from there is the beautiful St Mark's Basilica. Absolutely stunning. This side of St Mark's Basilica overshadows this little statue behind me that has a fascinating history. Dated to 300 AD, it depicts 4 emperors of Rome. It stood in Constantinople for nearly 1,000 years when it was stolen by the Venetians in the 13th century and brought here. If you look closely, you can see that when the Venetians took it, they broke off a foot. The foot was found in the 1960s in Istanbul. Watch the artists. Many of these streets have artists working in the windows so that you can actually see their work and enjoy their skill and, of course, buy their wares. There are many types of museums to appreciate. This is the Peggy Guggenheim Museum, an absolute must. I absolutely loved it. While you're out exploring those back streets, cross all the bridges. They're beautiful. There are hundreds of them. They're all different. They're all intricately decorated and they're gorgeous. The best place to see a bridge is usually from another bridge, which also gives you the view of the canals and most likely a view of some gondolas. Lots and lots of gondolas. I actually saw a gondola traffic jam. And take the time to appreciate the skill of these people who are actually manoeuvring these gigantic boats around these tiny little canals. Possibly the best thing you can do is enjoy the food. I tell you, the people who made these were artists. They were amazing. Oh my goodness, these seagulls are humongous, and one of them mugged me for a cannoli, so just be really careful. There's a thing called cicchetta, which is little bites, and you should stop at a restaurant, buy an Aperol Spritz, take your time to enjoy the food, and just sit and soak up Venice. You know what to do. Push those buttons and click on the next video to keep enjoying the adventures.